Good morning, good morning, good morning, and thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome if you're a new subscriber, and welcome as well if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you so much. So I've got a little project today. It's a bit of a scrap buster project and also using the Rubons plus other supplies, so I'll bring those out shortly. I just wanted to explain how I came about with this little idea. So I watched Gail's channel and got the idea because I had a whole lot of these tea-dyed paper strips. So when I've cut down pages from journals, I was left with these strips and I just didn't really know what to do with them. And years ago, I was told, keep them, you will use them, and I never knew how to use them. So I saw Gail's idea to back tags and journal cards with them. I wasn't sure if I would like it or not, but I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a go. And I was actually pretty happy. So what I did was I got some paper. Now, I am going to do another video creating masterboards. So I've got these ready to go because I'm on a bit of a scrap busting mission at the moment. So I got these sheets of paper and I backed them. And then when I was trimming the edges, I had these, and I just looked at them and I just thought they kind of remind me of those scrappy papers that Nick the Booksmith does, but in a strip. And I thought, well, they would look really good on the side of a journal. So this is a journal that I'm currently working on at the moment. So there we go, there's a little prototype that I did. So I thought they would look really, really cool just glued or stitched on to the edge of a page. So I kept them, and then I had other strips as well, like these long thin strips, you know, again from just when you're trimming you know, edge of scrapbook papers, or you know, you just cut down something and you get these beautiful patterned pieces, which I've kept as well. So if we take this one here, for example, all I did was I just glued that down onto the edge of the strip just to sort of reinforce it a little bit better, because you can see on the back here when I've trimmed down the paper, I've got that little strip there, and then I've got the little bits of paper coming over the edge. So I just ran zigzag down, and then I played around with my stitching. That's the reverse side, but I just played around with different stitching just to see what different effects I could get. And I just thought, well, these would look really good embellished, and that was just an idea that I sort of roughly came up with. So I want to just play around with that now. And so I've got these strips here, but when I was like doing the sewing, I just did it in one continuous stitch just to save on my thread. So I'm going to snip them apart now. Okay, we probably won't get through all of these on this video, so I'll do a few and then I'll finish the rest off camera. But I just thought these would be really neat to just have on the edge of a page, as I said, so I can just make them and just add them. I want to make them fairly generic so that they would suit, you know, any particular type of journal that I'm making. So I might finish this one here, and I'll work with the music paper one, and then yeah, I might work with that one. And there's a big one here too, which I wouldn't mind working with. So we'll work with those, and then I'll put the rest aside. All right, so I've got my strips. So what else am I going to use? So I have got some Stays On and Memento Tuxedo Black and Jet Black. The reason I've got two is this seems to be a little bit fainter. And then I've got this Memento Ladybug red, which I like to use. I have got some more Rubons, which I thought might be handy. Some of these are probably going to be too big, but there are some like little ones, and there's like a little label there. I've got this one here. This is Mixed Media Transfers by Sam Paul, and that's just got a whole lot of French. Lovely. I'm just seeing what it's called. It's just called Mixed Media Transfers, but anyway, it's got a lot of lovely little images there. So I've got these two, which I picked up in my thrift haul, and I've used them already. They're fantastic. We'll grab my stylus, and because I found that using this tool here worked better. I've got some stamps. So these are kind of like my background stamps that I like to use. So this one has got music notes on it. This is a script stamp, and this one here has just like got like little ledgers and yeah, just nice writing and stuff. So I've got these, and then I thought I would use this one here, which is just some little mini stamps, which I thought would be great. There's a few designs there which I really like. That's my favorite one there, the star. I've got these little flourishes here, but yeah, there's a few in there that I can use. I have got some stencils, so let's gather these together. So if you want to try this yourself, these are the sorts of things that I'm playing with. So rubber stamps here, and then I have got some stencils here. So just going through, I thought, you know, just these little ones would be good just to provide a little bit of interest. So I've got that one there, and then this one here, I like this like little lattice type pattern, so I thought we could play around with that. And I've got some thread here. I don't know if I'll end up using it. It might be a bit much, but I was using this for something else in another project, and I cut it off and it all started unraveling, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to use this. So we'll see if I can incorporate this. Otherwise that'll be another project that I'll be using that for. Now I gathered all my little bits. So I've got this wonderful little, I got inspired by this from watching a Tim Holtz video, one of his videos a couple of years ago, and this happened to come up when I was looking at Facebook Marketplace. So I was just like, oh my goodness, let me get that. And I got two of them, and they're so good for just using, you know, storing all your little itty bitty bits here. So I've just gone through, you know, my supplies, and I found, you know, this little sheet, because you know how we keep that odd little piece of paper because you never know, you might want that, and that's got some lovely numbers on it. I've got some lace flowers, and I've got more if I like using this. I found this that I made a long time ago, and I've kind of never really ended up using it on anything, so I thought maybe we could use it on this project. And again, I've got this die, and I've really struggled to use it in projects, and I added some vellum to it, and I thought this could be fun to just put over, you know, like a transfer. So we'll try that. I have got some little paper clip dies that I have used them, to be honest. So I thought we'll see how they go, because I'd love to use them more in projects. I have got some really tiny little, now these are Artie Mays. I printed these off a long time ago, but I love them because I print them down really mini, and then I think I do 2 to a page. It's one of her freebies. So if you go into Artie Mays's site where she stores all her freebies, it might even be on a Facebook group. Honestly, it was a long time ago. And I print 2 to a page, and the more I cut these out, the more I use them. They're fantastic. I got a whole bunch of little mini labels here. I've got some little flowers, and also I've got a die that's got all these tag shapes, and I've got these really mini little tags. I've got, so I've decorated, going back to that for a second. I always forget to use them, but I spent some time and I played around with supplies that I love that I never really use, and that's what I came up with. So I thought I'd try and see if I can put these onto these projects. I've got some little banners. I've got a little punch, and I've got these really tiny little, little quotes, and some more little flowers. So, just gather through whatever you've got in your supplies that you think would be, you might have little dragonflies, or you might have mushrooms, you just go through your stash. Like, for example, this one here, excuse me for reaching over, I've got this like French laundry label, and I was thinking I might use that, but I've had it and I just never use it. So it's these little things that I'm pulling out onto my desk, and I'm just reminding myself to use them. Okay, so I'm gonna put that over there. So really, I think that's everything. So let's get started and have some fun. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put all these. Now I'm going to go in order of, whoops, okay, so I'm going to go in order of stamping a background. Don't need that. Stamping a background, pretty much how I did this. Stamping a background and then adding some rub-ons, and then I'll embellish it with all the little bits and pieces that I've got. So I'm going to start, and I've got this handy little tweezers that I love, and to pick up all those small little bits. All right, so I'm going to get my my stamping ink, and I'm going to use this Memento because, as I said, this one's seems to be a little bit fainter. I don't know whether it's just older or whether it's just meant to be like that. So okay, I'm going to stamp this big one first. So just these silicone style ones are really good just to come along and just just a little hint. Okay. All right, so close up, that's what we've got. All right, so now I'm going to get my little stamps out here. So the ones I like using, I'll pull out. Cute little chestnut. I assume that's a chestnut. I mean, even this little movie camera one could be good. I mean, that all could be good. Chicken. All right, so I'm just going to pull these out, and the star. Okay, so actually, while I'm here, I might even stamp up these other ones, and then we can get a little process going. So I did that one. So finish with that one. All right, this one's the script. I'm not sure if there's a right way or a wrong way. This might. Yeah, I think that's the right way. Okay. Okay, so yep, I think we'll do that. And then this music one. We'll do the music one on this one. Okay, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I quite like that 86. I've never noticed that number 86 before. Here we go. I've got some writing here. There we go, 10 times. Okay, so we've got that. And now I'm going to come in. Now this time I'll use the Stays On, the jet black, because that is very, very deep, that colour. So, and I'll just go along and I will just randomly just go along and stamp. Right, and so how is everybody? I hope you're doing well. What projects are you working on? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. Always love to look for inspiration. Okay. And that one didn't stamp so well. What I might do on that one is I just will get a black pen. When I stamped it, there was a little bit of a ridge there, so I think I might just colour that in. I'm probably going to end up I don't know if that, there we go. I'll probably end up covering up partially anyway, so that will be fine. Okay, so I might go with the chestnut because I love that one. Okay, so I might do that down here. Do that up there. And then I might just do one more. Here we'll do the star. Because I want to leave room for all the other elements. Okay. And again, just missed that little bit there, so I'll just finish that off. There we go. Okay, so we'll pop that one away. I never know if you're meant to, yeah, it says do not disregard, so yeah, there we go, that answers that question. All right, so now we get to play with some of these rub-ons here. I think this one's going to be a little bit too big for this project, so we can certainly, I mean, some of those flowers might work, but I think I would like to keep those as like a border, as a trim. So I'll put that away and we'll use that another day, but I'll certainly use this one here. Now it does come with a little wooden paddle stick, but as I said, because it's a little bit older, I tend to find anyway that I use that stylus and that gives me a better effect. So just going to get my scissors and cut out, might get my smaller scissors for this one. Okay. Now I didn't realise that you're supposed to actually cut these little bits out. I mean, maybe I'm the only one in the world that didn't know that, but I was actually placing the sheet down and transferring, but then I would accidentally transfer another little bit. So I was watching Shanuki Art actually, and she had like these really great ideas on how to use rub-ons in your projects, and then I realized you're supposed to be cutting them out. There's a few people that I've gotten inspiration from as well. Oh gosh, I can't think of her name. Isn't that terrible? But I'll list it in the description actually. Someone else who's used rub-ons that has inspired me as well. Okay, I'm just sort of going through and just picking some of the smaller images just to get a little bit of a head start. So we've got all these here. All right, I think that'll do for now. Okay, so I think I'll keep the heart and the little cherries together. All right, so might do that one there. Yeah, so I thought these kind of looked a little bit like, you know, the raggeties that Nick the Booksmith does. But having these hang off the end of a page I thought would look really, really cool. Oops. There we go. See? And I will just continue down and just randomly, oh yeah, don't do that. I've done that before. Do the wrong side. So we'll just come here. Where's my little tweezers? We'll just bring that down a little bit. We'll just have that coming off like that. So it looks like it was intentional. See, there's always a way that you can salvage something. Especially junk journals, right? So we've got Halloween coming up soon. So I'm not sure whether I'll do a Halloween video. I did last year. I don't know. I might just do a couple of videos just making ephemera. I think it's about time I did another Harry Potter. I've been saying that for a while. But I feel like that's coming up, that I want to make another Harry Potter. So I don't know whether that'll be in this year or maybe next year I might do that. But I'm actually on a week's holiday and I am recording some videos. So my plan is to try and do at least 5, maybe more, and try and get a little bit of a head start. Because I really do miss making the videos and sharing my stuff with you guys. All right, so I think that's probably okay for that. All right. We might move on to this one now. So this one I think I'll do on the bigger one. There we go. That one is a nice big tabs now. Yep. So if you've got any ideas of what else would look good on these strips, please let me know, because that's what I've thought of, but you know, there's probably other things that you could put on here. I mean, you could put lace, you could put washi tape, you could put little safety pins. I mean, the list is endless. Just have fun. And it's a great way to use up your scraps as well and add that extra little bit of embellishment. I mean, we have a lot of areas to decorate and cover to add interesting elements. So I think tucking 2 or 3 of these in a journal would be fantastic. Okay. I think I probably cut just the right amount out to use. Okay. Could fit that just there. Now I didn't end up using any red stamps, so I might come back and stamp again with some red. Gee, where these cherries are would look good, wouldn't it? Oh, did it again. Alright, not to worry. I will repair that. I don't know how you can tell. I mean, apart from just cutting out one at a time, I guess. Okay, let's just repair that. And we've got some, now I wonder if there's a way, I think that's the, yeah, okay, so holding up against the light helps. I'm going to pop that down there. Just moved that accidentally, there we go. I find those tweezers invaluable. I actually bought another pair as well, so I got these as well because I thought when I'm holding things to heat, the little rubber grip would be good. So I might try these. I don't think these are as good as these ones, but yeah, for picking up and heating, which is what I actually got them for. Alright, so we take that little piece of paper off there. Alright, so we're going to put the lucky last. Actually don't have any cherries on this one, so I might just pop that. Oh yes we do, we've got a little one there. Alright. I might put it here because it's I've got the bigger cherries on the other ones. Okay. This is a really quick project to do as well. It's kind of, yeah, just don't think too much. Just do. Just get them down. And they just look so good. Right, so I did end up using these, but we might come back and let's see. Okay, so I think what I'll do now is that we've got 4 of these. So let's bring this one back in. Now we're up to the same step. So I might come in now and do some stenciling. So I'm going to use I think I'll stick with Vintage Photo. So just a touch. Oh yes, that does look so good. Just a little hint. And come in here. Little coffee spills would look good on that. I don't have I mean, I do have a stencil with coffee spills, but they just look really big. So I just didn't think it would look good on these little strips of paper. I think I'll just stick with this little grid because I really like it, this little lattice pattern. But, you know, you could try with different, like the other ones I'll probably use different stencil. You could try a different colour. You could stencil in with like a blue or a, you know, a green or shaded lilac or, you know, broken china, you know, salvage patina. Depending on your project, you could bring a little bit of colour in if you like. Okay. Okay, so that's the stenciling done. All right, so now let's go to the embellishing bit. I'll bring that bone fold out just in case. Have a sip of my coffee. Right. So let's have a look if we can. You know what would look good next time I do these is if I brought in something like that, but I put it under the strip and then sewed on it. I think that would look really good. And then you could do a little rub on, or you could even put a little flower, like a little pressed flower in here or anything, you know, just to, I think it's just a little bit big, but if it was across there like that, but under the strip, I think that would look really good. So we won't get to use that. So let me bring my little tray here. Can move these out the way. Okay, so we're not going to use that. Okay, so I've got these. Oh yeah, yes, I really like that. Okay, let me see. Do I want it? Maybe I'll do it on this one. No, because it's too small. It's going to have to be one of these bigger ones. All right, so we're going to do that. So let's get some glue on here. And then I'm going to have to strategically glue this down so that it's the right. Aha. This is where I need these. Okay. So depending on how I do this, I'm not going to, I think I glued it the wrong way. So you may or may not see this on the page. So you might even end up, depending if you have it overhanging. I'm probably not going to because I don't want it to, careful not to rip that. There we go. Just shape that just a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to, I mean, as I said, you know, if you imagine it on the end of a page, like say this one here, I'm not going to have it, I mean I will have it out a little bit but not too much because I don't want it to get all tattered. So yeah, I probably wouldn't bother decorating that part of it. Definitely just this, but you know, you could have it coming out like that if you had a bigger journal and you had a bigger cover. And then yes, you might want to decorate the back side of it. But the, you know, it's up to you whichever way you want to use this. So I might get this down as well. I have to take my cat to the vet, so I probably have to finish this video off. Got an hour, and then take her, and then hopefully I can come back and do another video. I'm going to do it this way. She's okay, she's just getting her vaccination done, but I'm taking her to the groomer tomorrow. She's going to get rid of her coat, her big long shaggy coat, and she looks beautiful, by the way, when she's got her long fur, but I find that now she's molting and it just gets everywhere. So just to save my carpet and our bedding and our seats, for about the last 3 years I have been giving her a lion clip, and she doesn't like the process, which is why I have to take her to the vet, because I need to get some anti-anxiety medication for her, because in the past, like the first time I took her to a groomer, it was an absolute diabolical disaster, and I was there with the groomer. She called me in because my cat Tilly was so hissing and spitting and attacking and everything, and so she thought maybe if I was in there I might calm her down, and I was wearing these gloves that were like steel mesh, and she still got me, she still clawed me throughout that process, and we ended up having to stop. I just said just stop, because I don't think this is very good for my cat. So she told me to get some sedatives and then to come back and we can finish it off. But I was just so traumatized, and my poor cat was traumatized by the whole episode. I just sort of had a chat to the vet, and we decided to do it under sedation. So, well, no, under anesthetic. And so I did that for 2 years. But I just found that these are very fiddly. So I will do them because I do like the effect, but they are fiddly. But the only problem is that I guess because vets are not groomers, they tended to just kind of chop her, and she didn't really look that great. The first time was not too bad, but the second time she was all lopsided, and she had one cheek that was like groomed shorter than the other cheek. I mean, now that I'm a bit more experienced, I've got my own scissors and stuff, and I guess I could tidy it up, but I also don't like the idea of putting her under anesthetic. I don't think it's good for her. So I reached out to another groomer, and I loved how she came back to me. Okay, so while I'm chatting, we'll just move on to the next step. I think I might see if I can place some of these randomly about. Let's see how they look. Oh, that one's not done. So how many have I got? I have got, come on, right, I've got 4. So yeah, I've got 4. Okay. Yeah, so I just messaged this lady. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I messaged this lady, and I just explained to her that I want to get my cat groomed, and just explained to her my issues that I have had, and that I don't want to go to the vet anymore. And I was so happy with how she came back to me. She said she prefers not to have cats done under anaesthetic, that she thinks that she agrees it's not the best for the cat. I mean, some cats you've got no choice, so I understand if that is what you have to do. And we're talking about health reasons and sanitation reasons here too. So I'm not sure. Okay, so my video stopped and I hadn't realised, but didn't lose too much. I have taken my cat to the vet, so she's all good now, and I've got my anti-anxiety medication ready for her tomorrow. What I did was, in the meantime, I just decorated up some more of these little mini tags, and so I think I'll just finish placing these down. Because this one was a little bit smaller, I felt that it looked better to have two little mini tags. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that there like that. Right, yeah. Do that one there like that and leave that one there like that. And these longer tags, I'll just put that there like that. Alright, so we've got tags, and now I'll come in and place some labels down. So let's grab a few of these. I wonder if we should bring some red in, just to bring that colour in. Yes. Yes. Yep. We've got, excuse me. I'll do that there like that. And we've got this oval one here. I might do that there like that. And I've got another red one here. Actually, I might take this one off, and yeah, I think I like that one. I might do that one there. I'm looking for that hand, that little pointy finger that I said that I would partially cover up. And I don't know where it is now. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Well, how about if we... I don't want to cover it up too much. We do it there, and then we bring that one there like that. Actually, I feel that kind of goes better. Maybe a smaller one. This one's got some blue in it. I might stick to just the red. I've just had some lunch as well. Here we go, 14th of October, my mum's birthday. Yeah, that one would be good. Just finish snipping that one off. There we go. Alright, so I've got... Yep, alright, I think that will do for the labels. And now let's see if we can come in with some of these butterflies. I think these bigger ones probably are going to be a bit... Oh, no, that does kind of work actually. But I would need to distress the edge of that one. This one is not an Artie Mays one. I think this one is, oh, it's a punch I've got a butterfly punch. Oh no, don't want that. Okay, so I think I will just distress this just to make this stand out just a little bit more. Okay, so we can do that like that. So I think I've got another one of those. Oh, there we go. I'll have to punch, make sure I punch more of those out. I've got this one. Oh yeah, I like that. Well, maybe these larger ones will be all right. In fact, the smaller ones, the smaller ones will the smaller ones kind of get lost. So, yep, do that one there. So I've got butterfly there, butterfly there, butterfly there, and a butterfly there. I might actually even glue that there. All right. Now I've got these butterflies, or do I want to, yeah, so I think those colour tones look good. Do I want to, yeah, well, I like that. So don't fussy cut it, just have it there. I think this one's fine. I don't think I want to add any more to that. Something here. But I want something different. I don't want a butterfly. Yeah, okay, so now I've got these banners. No. I don't know if it's just not the right colour or... Let's have a look. No, I think I will stick with putting, there we go, Imagine. And Treasure. And what other ones have I got? I must have only the two. Treasure, Embrace, Magic. There we go, next to the star. Okay, Magic. All right, so Imagine. And Magic, and I can just cut this one down a little bit. Imagine and Magic, Embrace, and Treasure. And this one here, I will put, let me just trim this a little bit. Okay, embrace, imagine, and treasure. All right. So I'm going to stick these down. Okay, so I've glued them all down and I just think that they're just wonderful. What I also did was I added some little paper clips, some metal paper clips, and my thinking behind that was that just these longer bits, it would add a little bit of stability to it. But if you also just have them out a little bit, and you could glue them at the back to secure them, you could, you know, dangle a little charm off there. So getting back to the journal page to show you an example. Well, actually I'll get one with the paper clip. So you could just have it there and glue it down. And the other reason I like it too is it's a lovely embellishment on the edge of the page, and you've also still got all that writing space, so it makes the page really pop and look really pretty. And then you've also got writing space, or if you wanted to, you could even make that as a side tuck. And then when you close the journal up, you know, you would snip this bottom bit off here, but then you would have this little bottom bit here as well that you can dangle a charm off. So that's my idea, guys. What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts on this little project, and I'm going to carry on. I will end the video now, and thank you so much for joining me. If you've got any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. I love to hear your comments. I answer all. I get back to everyone. So that's it, guys, for this video, and we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and share this video if you found it of value and you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next one. Bye.